What's up? Happy Tuesday.
No, it's not Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday. You do that quite well.
It's Tuesday, and it's not the spring game,
Dude,
is it?
I was walking.
It's not.
I was yesterday morning. I was walking past. I was walking back from press, and there was just two men walking towards me, and one of them was like, "I was at my brother-in-law's." Like, just spoke in this thick
Was it
accent.
Jock?
No, and I was like, "Oh my god, that is just a man walking down the street with an accent with a hell of a mustache. One of the best mustaches I've ever seen."
Better than Shane's?
Yes.
Wow. That is crazy. There was, I will say.
Hey, can I just say something? My mustache is nothing special.
I disagree.
I think it's just so. I think it's iconic.
I think it is too.
So like when
It's like Charlie Chaplin's.
Okay.
The only mustache that I've ever seen that rivals Shane's was the one that I saw at Budzapalooza. The caricatures guy. You remember that dude with the crazy mustache?
No.
Oh my goodness. That mustache was probably out to here.
Hello, people.
To be honest with you. Yeah, welcome into the PHNX Sun Devils show where we talk about mustaches. I'm Anthony Tochi. The man with the handsome mustache to my left is Shane Diefenbach. The man with the other mustache to my right is Shawn DePaz. Gents, how we doing?
Do you think if I would have shown up here with a mustache, I would still have the other mustache? Or do you think if I had started here at the same time as Shane, I would still have the other mustache?
I don't know, because if you started here at the same time as Shane, I wouldn't be here.
That's not necessarily true.
That is exactly true.
It's not like I didn't do
How
your
about
job.
we talk about something else?
Sure, why not? Let's talk about the transfer portal. Starting with ASU basketball, we brought it up yesterday, but ASU getting former LSU guard Adam Miller, former Tiger who played or started every single game for LSU last season. I believe we've got his announcement or a photo of the announcement that we can go ahead and post up here. The photo goes crazy. All of his photos. But just so everyone's aware, he's not going to be rocking number 2. I'm interested to see what number he does end up rocking with. But does look good in the ASU jerseys, man.
People use emojis weird now.
Yeah, the parachute emoji. What does that mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean
like
by that?
LaMelo Ball's like disco, UFO, and heart emojis. I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, yeah, that one I kind of understand because it's like it's all kind of like psychedelic funkiness. It's kind of a thing.
Psychedelic funkiness.
The parachute, I don't understand at all. What does that mean?
Yeah,
psychedelic funkiness is amazing.
Parachuting into Tempe to rescue the day.
Maybe.
Well, hey, ASU does need
he's parachuting
use
like this and going, I'm not wearing 2.
Or okay, but like all in one word. That's what he did.
Okay.
Okay, we good there? We good there?
Taking
a look at some of his performances this past season. You brought up, Shawn, the other day about how he's playing in the SEC and he played some pretty good competition. You look at the 2 times that he played Alabama, not the greatest outings. 5 points in the most recent one. That was in early February. And then he had one in mid-January where he had 9 points. But this isn't really like, I'm not worried about some of those performances, right? Like you look at what he was able to do against Texas A&M, 18 points, or a Mizzou, who we saw in the NCAA tournament. Personally, I was kind of bummed Mizzou didn't make it farther, but that's neither here nor there. He had 17 points there. One thing that I would like to see in terms of his elevation at ASU is this is a guy that gave away the ball too often, in my personal opinion. And then in transition, he'd turn it over and then commit a foul. It's one of those guys, right? Like just an unnecessary foul when you turn the ball over. So I know there's a lot of ASU fans that might look at his numbers and be like, well, he doesn't really move the needle for me too much. This is a guy that I think similar to what we saw with Frankie Collins at the start of last season, where you're just like, okay, he's got the potential to be a phenomenal guard here. I think in a different sense, in terms of just being a pure scorer, Adam Miller has that same potential.
He's left-handed again, so that's something.
2 left-handers now on the team.
2 left-handers in the portal. That came from the portal. He shoots the ball well from like deep. Like he has range.
Yeah.
And he's a pretty good finisher. Also an underrated passer, I might add. Yeah, I think he's gonna fit in well. He scores pretty well at the hoop, like finishing wise. But yeah, there's definitely things that he needs to add. But again, he's going to be a junior next year.
And he can't leave.
He can. He would just have to sit out again. He'd have to sit out for a year.
Yeah.
But
unless I believe he transferred back to one of his original schools,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
which would be weird.
strange. I love the addition. He's a scorer. He's a bucket getter. I don't like lefties traditionally. I don't like left-handed basketball players. Like I don't like watching.
You
them.
just don't like how it looks.
That's fair. It just feels like you're watching
No,
something
you know what?
backwards.
My favorite game in the NBA right now is probably James Harden's, and I know people hate it. I just love how slow and methodical it is.
I'm
and he's
big
a lefty.
Ben Simmons guy.
You have been fired.
That is the right response.
Yeah.
Chris in the chat, Malachi off the bench is filthy. Yeah,
Nice
I
profile
think.
picture.
Huh?
It's a nice profile.
Did he
picture.
change it again?
Yeah. Well, he
Nice.
had to.
Well, I know that, but he had a different one after that. Yeah, one thing that I do like so far, taking a look at what the roster is right now. Obviously, there's still a lot of hope that ASU can get maybe 1, 2, even 3 more guys in the portal. But if Warren Washington and Frankie Collins do end up returning to Arizona State, you're likely seeing a situation where you've got Frankie at the 1, Adam Miller at the 2, Jemiah at the 3. Then you get a guy like Kamari Lands who transfers from Louisville at your 4, and then Warren at the 5. Shane, you brought up the freshmen yesterday, which you don't know what you're going to get from them, right? We saw this past season what Austin Nunez was able to bring, what Duke Brennan was able to provide off the bench. So if you can get, any sort of contribution like you got last season from your freshmen, then I'm comfortable with where that starting 5 is. But it doesn't hurt to go out there and, still crossing your fingers for a guy like a Puff Johnson who was out there taking, I want to say, a visit to Butler today, or at least had announced that he's going to be taking a visit to Butler. What is your guys' confidence in this roster right now, assuming Frankie and Warren were to come back?
That's a big assumption, especially if they're to come back, I feel
Frankie's coming back.
Well, I meant more Warren, I guess, but because Warren coming back, I think is more of it's a little more important because it's a lot harder to replace a 7-footer than it is to replace a point guard. But if that is the case, if they come back, I feel pretty good about it. Like you look at what they lost, a lot of ways they have replacements coming. I feel good about it. Like I feel like there's no reason they can't accomplish similar to what they did this year with this roster.
How do you feel about it, Totri?
About the starting 5 or just the roster in general? I think, like I said, if you can get any sort of contribution from your freshmen, then I'm comfortable with what your starting 5 are.
You're not panicking anymore? You're panicking.
I know I was panicking. It wasn't necessarily a panic.
You were panicking and nothing has really changed.
I don't know if, you got 2 more guys since
Yeah, but
then.
we kind of assumed that.
Yeah.
No, they only got 1 more guy.
Well, I was more
You're panicking after
Kamari?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you haven't necessarily replaced all your scoring, which is
absolutely you haven't. Like
which is that's my big concern is like, and it's maybe not necessarily a panic, but more of just like a question mark. Is I still feel like none of these transfers take the weight off of Jemiah Neal, right? With Jemiah coming back, his elevation toward the end of last season. That's almost what I wanted to see from the transfer portal was get a guy here or there that doesn't put the entire workload from a scoring perspective on Jemiah. I think you took a little bit of the pressure off with a guy like Adam Miller. If Frankie can score just similar to the way he did last season. But I think right now your entire offense is going to be pretty reliant on Jemiah Neal, and I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
No.
From a scoring perspective?
No, it's not.
How is it not?
Because Jemiah Neal isn't like he showed you flashes, but they're not going to build the offense around.
So right now who's the offense built around?
You don't know yet. You don't know who's going to step up. You don't know what the freshmen are going to look like. But I guarantee if you go into it would never be. Jemiah is not a guy that is going to be your focal point. He's just not, unless he takes a gargantuan step forward in terms of being a scorer. Because he can shoot. We've seen that. Kind of can create his own shot. He's not your number 1 option. Yeah. I would say Frankie is closer to that. He has to be closer to that if he wants to be considered one of the top point guards in the country, like he has said before.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, Totri. Like there is no one else that I look at as a scorer like I do Jemiah, I guess, or like as somebody that I look at like you can go get a bucket because I don't look at Frankie like that. Obviously,
I think Adam Miller is.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree.
Adam Miller's your closest thing to that.
I think outside of the guys that we know, I guess, outside of the returners, I suppose. But I do think, I mean, Chris said in the chat, like, I do think the offense, regardless of whether or not he's like the guy you're getting to score, the offense has to run through Frankie. He's your point guard, the leader of the team, and obviously I think he's the most talented guy on the team. Like, I don't think, obviously he's not a great scorer, but in terms of like what he's capable of doing, I think he has great handles. He's great at getting to the basket. I think the offense has to run through him, even if that doesn't mean he's the one scoring necessarily.
So would you say that the offense ran through Frankie Collins last year?
No.
Okay. So I would argue that you saw what the offense looked like when it was ran through Frankie Collins as your number one option at the start of the season. Before what?
Don't say the offense ran through Jemiah Neal.
No, I'm just saying with the first couple games of the season when Frankie was taking 15, 18 shots a game.
Yeah, but
that's what it looked like when he was running the offense from a scoring perspective.
Yeah, but I'm saying you run the offense through him, but not necessarily from a scoring perspective. Like he needs to be the one.
That's not even the offense getting ran through you. That's just you
being a point guard,
not passing the ball and taking
so
bad
as a
shots.
facilitator, right? Your number two last year, or your number one scoring perspective from a scoring perspective was Dez.
Yes.
Number two was DJ.
Yes.
Right. I would say that Jemiah has certainly got the potential to be a DJ Horn. Absolutely. But I don't know if an Adam Miller or if there's a guy on the roster that, quite frankly, has the shooting capability of a Des Cambridge or a shot creation capability of a Des Cambridge, and that's where my concern comes from.
Jemiah is closer to Des.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Jemiah definitely has the tools to be Des,
yes,
but I don't know if he is there as just a basketball player yet. Obviously, I think he can get there, and we saw him at least what seemed to take massive strides last offseason, and obviously we didn't really see the fruits of that until near the end of the year. But if he has another big summer where he makes big strides, there's no reason he can't. I'm not going to say he's going to be Dez because I think that's a very high bar, but there's no reason he can't play a similar role.
Yeah,
I think
Chris I'd love the comp here. Frankie needs driving lanes to be elite. College Westbrook is a perfect comp. I mean, in terms of like just hops and athleticism, like I definitely see it right there. Honestly, the same shot as it is right now. A little Westbrook in him. Josh,
I want to see Alonzo Gaffney start.
You want to see Alonzo Gaffney start?
Yes.
I mean, who's he starting over?
You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
You die a hero or live long enough to see Gaffney in your starting five.
Yeah, or no, you either die a Alonzo Gaffney hater or live long enough to see yourself asking for Alonzo Gaffney to be in the starting lineup. I just would be interested to see how he responds to that kind of playing time, especially early in the year. To see if he will be better, because I do think if he can be good, like you need that shooting, because like you don't really, where are you getting consistent 3-point shooting otherwise? Not that he was
scary.
Consistent, but
that's scary for me.
Understandably so, for sure.
If Alonzo Gaffney is your 3-point threat,
but we know Alonzo is talented.
We are just completely being so dramatic right now, guys. Why would you even think that he is your no?
Alonzo was very good at the end of last year.
No, I know, but that is not your threat.
Well, yeah,
Gaffney would not be starting because he can stretch the floor.
Well, yeah,
he'd be starting because he can play defense, adds a good amount on the rebounding side, and then maybe he can hit a three here now and here. Like in reality, I think your Akil Watsons and your Kamari Lands are going to probably play more minutes than your Gaffneys, but we'll see. Like them two combined.
I like Akil.
Is that all?
No, that's all. I thought you were still going. I thought you were just taking a breath.
No, I like Akil as well, and I mean, yes, from a size perspective, what is there not to like? And guys, again, first of all, I like what Josh says. This team also has never just ran through one player. Des Cambridge was that guy last year, but Frankie was only 3 points less per game scoring than him,
which is crazy to think.
Or not Frankie, sorry, DJ. I'm not concerned about that. And again, there are names. There are a lot more names in the portal and a lot more movement to be happening.
Yeah, very true.
I'm not super worried. Also, Connor, it's okay. I caught him in the DNVR Buffs chat.
Wow,
yeah.
He's spying for us.
That's crazy.
What were you doing in the DNVR Buffs chat?
Supporting our company.
Maybe he was supporting our company.
I think they do a really good job over there.
I think he was telling on me. I think he was
No.
telling.
Yeah, he was
snitching on the whole Dion.
No,
thing.
I said the only comment I made was, "Hey Andre," or "Hey guys, I'm a really big fan, especially of Andre."
That was it.
That's literally the only thing I said.
Okay. You talked to Dion recently?
No.
No.
I've been trying.
Yeah.
Been trying.
His people haven't got back to you yet.
Yeah. Lost Highway says Devin is irreplaceable. Yeah, but he's also
Lost Highway is such a great band name.
Also very replaceable. In a
no.
sense. No. I don't think he's replaceable. But yeah, let me rephrase that. Not replaceable, but like you can get someone to play the position that contributes more offensively than Devin.
He did not play a position.
That's
Devin?
That's fair.
Yeah,
you can get somebody to fill that spot in the starting lineup
played-
who contributes more offensively.
You know how
Devin was big Remy Martin. That's what he was. He was a big Remy Martin.
No, he what?
Yes, he was.
In what way?
And from like an energy perspective, from a hustle player perspective.
So he was an energy guy that played the 4.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
That's a really
He was
weird way to
he was a big Remy Martin. To me, that's what he was.
Remy Martin wasn't an energy guy.
Remy Martin
when he first got here was an energy guy.
Remy Martin was a star.
When he got here,
he's a big Rajon Rondo.
When Remy fuck you,
Celtics
fuck you. When Remy got here, and he was a freshman, sitting behind Trey, Shannon, and Cody, when he came off the bench, when he was playing 5 to 10 minutes a game, he was absolutely your energy hustle player guy. That's exactly what Remy Martin was.
Okay,
Why are you saying fuck you for comparing him to Rajon Rondo? Rajon Rondo was an energy guy in that Celtics team. You don't remember that clip of him diving for that basketball?
No, I don't remember
one
that
clip.
That one
That one
random
clip that
of
got
that one
played.
time that
No,
he did that
was
one
a
thing.
very popular clip. It got played over and over again. He like ran the full length of the court and dove for a ball. It was about to go out of the other baseline.
Okay.
It was a very good play.
Add Rajon Rondo to the
know-
list of things I did not think I'd be talking
Dude, I
about
love
today.
that man.
You
I
know
had a cat named after
how
him.
positions 1 through 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Devin doesn't play one of those. He plays I, an imaginary number. He plays an imaginary position.
Like the
lowercase
Pixar eye?
No, like
Gotta be a
in
lowercase
the
I.
lower, yeah,
Not
imaginary number.
yeah.
I.
Yeah, because first I thought you were saying he was playing like capital I.
No.
I put the I. There's no
No,
I in
no,
team,
no.
but an I in win type thing. But yes, he does play. He plays no real
Wow.
number.
All text here. All 3 of you are replaceable. All facts.
You're irreplaceable.
No.
No text.
Yeah.
printer.
Well, Zach Cassian. could
Oh,
probably
when I
replace-
first read that, I read that we were all replaceable.
No. Come on now.
I was like, damn, he's just coming from my neck out
I
here.
think Chris is about to pass out.
Chris is gonna pass it.
Yeah.
Just question
He
marks.
looks very confused.
I want to talk. Josh brought up Zane Meeks, a
No.
guy. Yeah, we
No.
got. Yeah, you don't want to talk about him?
no.
Why not?
Come on.
Hunter Dickinson.
What about Zane Meeks intrigues you?
Nothing to me, but it
Exactly.
seems to intrigue
No,
Josh.
and that's fine. He can ask about it. No. That's what that's what I said. No.
So if Bobby's like, hey, he's calling Zane. Are you like entering the call? No.
Well, if he
Bad
comes,
Bobby.
if he comes to ASU, I'm like, hey, 10-5 last year on San Francisco, you can bring us something. But like, if I had to pick a litter, I'd be like, don't want that one.
You don't want Zane?
What was that?
I don't want to. I don't want a 6'8". It was me questioning. I don't want a 6.
He made the noise that Chris typed.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
Okay.
was.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I want shooting. You got two
you
guys
have
that can
or you have Alonzo Gaffney. We're good.
Stop.
Now.
Carry on.
Sorry, Dad.
That's all I had.
Well, you said there was 2 guys, and then he interrupted you.
Yeah, you have to Malachi and Adam Miller that I think you added with shooting, but I think you need a lot more, and especially coming off the bench. Braylon can shoot. Akil cannot.
Sorry, Josh. I just hope you know that.
Yeah, Josh. I'm sorry. Did you see something, or did you just know he's in the portal?
I think he just likes Zane.
Mm,
Zane Meeks,
I don't like anybody from San Francisco.
Mr. Meeseeks. No, you don't like
Not
anybody.
the state. or
anybody
not-
from
well,
San
the
Francisco?
state.
The
Not
state
the
of San
city,
Francisco.
but the college
Mm.
basketball team.
Okay.
Except for my friend, good old friend Nate. My buddy Nate went there. Shout out Nate.
Nate Meeks.
No.
That kind of fits though.
Nate Meek sounds like a.
They looked at nothing
coach.
alike.
Nate Meeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's
Nate
he
Meek
coaching?
sounds like Arkansas football.
Not the head coach though.
No, he could be the head coach.
Really?
He could be a head coach at like a lower
Nate
tier
Meeks.
Power 5 school.
I don't know about all that.
Nate Meeks.
Nate
That's
Meeks.
He seems like the head coach Nate Meeks.
Wait, for what sport?
Football, Arkansas football.
Oh no, I like baseball.
Ooh.
He's like a manager.
Okay. Yeah, that's for sure. Josh in the chat. He's visiting, so Bobby's interested.
Zane Meeks.
You
Hey,
are.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me just. He's a guy that can give you like 10 and 5 a game. Like it's not a bad thing.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that commitment. You're gonna get Zane Meeks, and the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call Shane and be like, emergency pod
Ladies
right
and
now.
gentlemen, we got him.
Zane, we got him.
We
Ladies
got
and
him.
gentlemen, we got him. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, we got OGs. That's what we got. Okay. If you weren't at Buds of Palooza, then you missed out on all of the fun that we had. I don't know what the hell you guys were doing. Probably at home, not partaking in the OGs. But that's okay because OGs, they're everlasting, guys. You can find them at your dispo. Don't look at me like that. What?
I mean, they'll wear off eventually. That's part of the charm.
Yeah, you just take another one.
Yeah.
Right? That's how OGs work. Guys, they are the absolute greatest gummies in the world. Okay. They taste amazing. For me, if you're not going to use them for like the fun, use them to help you sleep. I talk about it just about every show that we've got OGs, guys. I have trouble sleeping. I know Saul does too. But for me, you take one OGs, maybe even two, you are going to sleep through the night beautifully. No nightmares like you get with melatonin, or at least like I do. And you're going to wake up feeling refreshed.
What
Guys,
happened to your nightmares?
what happened to them?
Yeah.
What
Stop
happened
taking
in my
melatonin.
nightmares?
What happened to
There
you?
was one like reoccurring nightmare that I had where like I was in a lake, and this is like a real
Can this be our third topic?
today.
Some of the craziest nightmares we've had.
Yeah, we could save that for that.
We can also talk
Guys.
about what you want to talk about, but
I mean, we could talk about it. It doesn't really matter. Guys, OGs, be on the lookout Thursday across socials for an exciting announcement with our OGs friends. Actually, that's not true. We dropped the shirt already. Guys, just find them at your local dispo, okay? At ogsbrands.com. You do got to be 21 plus to enjoy responsibly. Somebody needs to fix ad copy.
well, you know what's happening on Thursday? This Thursday, and actually it's happening on Thursday.
Hmm.
We're having a watch party
Oh,
at the BetMGM Sportsbook at
Oh.
State Farm Stadium.
you going to be there?
And it's not just this Thursday. It's for every single Suns away playoff game. Our PHNX Suns watch parties presented by Neutral will feature food and drink specials, PHNX giveaways, and BetMGM deposit matches. Get you some scratch.
I put the deposit match.
Yeah, you do. Damn,
Yeah.
that goes hard. Join us by grabbing your free ticket in the show notes right now. And plus, if you haven't signed up for the app yet,
Free ticket.
download BetMGM, use bonus code PHNX. There's a few different offers depending on where you live, but for our Arizona audience, you will get up to $100 in bonus bets on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Just got to download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code PHNX. Place a pregame moneyline wager in the amount of at least $10 on any market at standard odds price, and you will receive $10 or $10?
That's 10.
It says up to 100.
Yeah. That's what ad copy says.
Yeah, just make sure you use bonus code PHNX when you sign up. Check out the show notes for full offer details. And now listen to Shane talk about the disclaimer. Disclaimer, 21 plus to wager. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in Washington, D.C., Mississippi, Nevada, New York, and Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369, New York. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP, Arizona. 1-800-522-4700, Kansas, Nevada. 1-800-327-5050, Massachusetts. 1-800-BETS-OFF, Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help, Michigan. I just be dancing. I just be dancing my own thing.
Just be dancing to your own voice. It's done
Put
now.
that shit on.
Yeah.
No, I was just letting you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was a really awkward about 10 seconds of complete silence that we just had.
No,
right
I was
there.
refreshed. I was just
rehydrating. Like it
Well,
was.
hey, you're the host of the show.
I'm not allowed to hydrate?
You had like
You
a
had
full
literally-
30 seconds
yeah.
before that.
That's absolutely fair. Let's transition from hoops to football for a second here, because the second transfer portal window is officially open. It opened Saturday, and since then we have seen a handful of Sun Devils depart,
Including
let's go ahead and bring up the graphic. We've got
only one
some
important
guys
one.
entering the portal: quarterback Ben Meredith, a handful of defensive tackles, Brandon McElroy, Robbie Harrison, Jaleel Rivera-Harvey, and then offensive tackle
damn.
Thomas Le-Boucher, and then another offensive lineman, Danny Valenzuela. We'll get to the potential targets in a second, but just looking at some of the guys in the portal, we had already discussed a guy like Ben Meredith potentially entering the transfer portal toward the end of spring. He had a phenomenal spring session, but there's just so many quarterbacks on the roster.
I mean, yeah, we knew we were losing a quarterback somewhere. I am sad about Jaleel Rivera-Harvey because it was about a week ago that I discovered he was from Buffalo, and now he's gone.
I think that's why.
Everyone that I get an emotional attachment to leaves me. Started with my dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we knew we were going to lose a quarterback. The losing 3 defensive tackles is interesting, though.
Yeah. Robbie Harrison really sucks.
Yeah.
That's freshman size, mass.
One of the strongest guys on the
Everything.
team.
CJ fight might have scared him away. Maybe he threatened that to eat him because he's just going to keep growing.
He said, "I'm going to eat you, Robbie."
He's so big.
Be like, hey, if you play, I'm going to eat you.
These D tackles, it felt like before this there wasn't that much depth.
Yeah, exactly, and no,
and
it's even
so
worse. Yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
it's
look,
strange. Shout out Ben Meredith though. He's going to go be great somewhere.
One thing
He's at the top, cuz.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are an Akron Zip.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Dude, can you Western Kentucky
Dude, I was
Hilltopper.
gonna say that.
Come
I
on,
swear
Shawn!
to God. I swear to God. WKU. Are you shitting me? I 100% was thinking WKU. Oh my God. Oh my God. What is their mascot again? The Hilltoppers.
Hilltopper. That's what I said.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Brother.
Dude, he would probably
He
genuinely
would throw for 5,000 yards.
He would lead the nation in passing yards.
No, he would be that guy. He would
And
100%.
I'm not even being. We are dramatic a lot on the show,
But
that is not. I'm
It
not being
always
dramatic.
happens.
Yep.
It always happens. You're like, oh, why is this random guy from Eastern Michigan leading the country in passing yards?
Well,
This is what they do.
WKU usually
WKU in specific.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
Paxton
sure.
Lynch 2.0.
I'm pretty sure the all-time leader in passing yards in a season went to WKU. Pretty sure.
Oh, that sounds right.
That's such a
Don't
random
research
stat.
it. Let's just say it. Like
No,
it's
no.
Okay. Okay. Just taking a look, you guys bring up the fact that there's a lot of defensive tackles, 3 that have entered the portal. One thing that I think I found interesting was I don't remember if it was Brian Ward or Kenny Dillingham talking about the depth that ASU has.
Bailey Zappi, Western Kentucky
wow.
University.
Of course.
Wow. The depth that ASU has at the edge position, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a bunch of these edge guys even kick into the interior a little bit.
Just don't put Clayton Smith in there.
Why not?
I don't know, because he's not built like a tackle
Get
whatsoever.
skinny. Get skinny, bro.
No.
Put Ashley Smith in there. I'll just run over somebody.
Yeah.
Ashley Williams?
Ashley Smith. What the fuck where did that come from?
I don't know. Ashley Williams, you just replaced his
I think
last
I
name
know an
entirely.
Ashley Smith from like middle school. Otherwise, I don't know where I
Was
would.
this your shot?
No,
Mm,
no,
I think it was.
no.
Yeah.
Trust me. it
she in your nightmares?
Okay, let's move on. No, you got. I think this does bode well for a couple of the younger guys on the roster, whether it be an Ashley Williams, a CJ Fight. Like these are guys that both had some really, really strong springs, and maybe they felt that pressure, right? Maybe a Robbie Harrison or a Jaleel felt that pressure from some of those edge guys potentially taking reps. And by all means, like if these guys want to go play and it's not a good fit, then that's obviously what the transfer portal's for, right? Like wish them nothing but the best. But I think you are going to, like, ASU fans shouldn't be worried. I haven't seen a name outside of Robbie Harrison really in the portal that I'm like, damn, that is a guy that I expected to be a heavy, heavy contributor this season.
The thing that I also think of is maybe the system is weird for D tackles, because I don't know how much they're going to have traditional down linemen, like have 4 traditional down linemen in this system. And then Brian Ward, like, they could get really creative, and there might not be that much playing time for a true nose tackle or just 2 D tackles. Like, so who knows? I'm not super worried. BJ Green would be a fun guy to put in the middle.
Yeah.
I know he's a little short, but
Still.
he's strong, man.
I mean, you just look at some of the, those front 7 guys that are still on the roster, right? Like a CJ Fight, Ashley Williams, a BJ Green, Clayton Smith, a Garen Stansberry, who I could definitely see if you want to bulk him up over the summer and throw him at interior. That would be fun.
I don't know how that.
You don't think so?
No, these tall, skinny guys are not guys that you should put in the middle of the line. I don't.
You could.
You could.
You absolutely could.
You could, but a guard and a center double teaming them would go very poorly.
I mean, that's what the summer's for. Throw on some weight over the summer, man. Become DeForest Buckner. Prove him wrong. Look, I don't think there's any reason to worry about the guys that are in the portal now. Again, none of these guys were expected starters this season. And I think they all fit in terms of like a depth perspective. Would have been nice to keep every single one of these guys, but that's the nature of college football now. A lot of these guys have a lot of eligibility left, and it makes more sense for them to go try and carve out a starting spot or at least a rotational spot somewhere where they can at least see some playing time this season. In terms of potential targets, we've got some interesting names that you could see potentially at ASU sometime in the near future. 2 guys from TCU to keep your eye on. Wide receiver Jordan Hudson and then defensive back Kyron Chambers. Chambers played this past season as a true freshman at DB for TCU, which is obviously huge. considering
That's
TCU
wild.
was
do last year?
yeah, they were runner-ups. Yeah, they were in a national championship. And then Jordan Hudson, a former 5-star wide receiver, who also, again, you could see at ASU in the near future. It sounds like ASU is going to be a bigger player for Hudson. And there are a couple other schools that are obviously going to be doing their due diligence to go get a 5-star receiver. But from my understanding, both of those guys are interested in.
Are they in the portal?
They are both in the portal. Both interested in Arizona State, and they love the coaching staff. A guy like Rashad Samples, who they've reached out to. And then BC obviously coming from TCU as well. Look, one thing that we talked a lot about in the spring was how fun it is, right? And the whole message from Kenny Dillingham in terms of if you want to work harder and have more fun than anybody else in the nation, you're going to do it at Arizona State, right? And I think we got sucked into that. Like, we're here every day. We see this every day. But you see the viral clips, right? That's something that it slipped my mind, right? Is all of these other players after spring, whether they enjoyed their spring or they didn't, or they got reps or they didn't, or they're talented or they're not, that they enter the portal and they see these viral clips, right? They see the Bussin' with the Boys podcast guys.
They see their head coach doing the fucking worm.
They see their head coach doing the worm. Their position coaches throwing up like shots with a basketball hoop in the middle of the football field, right? These are things that we are like, wow, that's crazy.
Not Jonathan
and they also see an Arizona State running back being the starting running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they see like a number of guys in the pros. So it's not like they're coming here just like, oh, it's all fun and games. Like, they also know that there's a program, obviously very different than it has been in years past, but a program that they know can actually help them accomplish their professional goals, on top of they're also going to have a lot of fun playing college football because they are still children who should be having fun playing a children's game.
Plus the cool factor. I mean, not even practices for ASU this year, but what Kenny was able to do with Oregon's offense. It was just cool.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. It was flashy. Like,
and the coaches are cool. We keep talking about it. Fucking Sam's drip. Like, this shit is ridiculous.
And BC got some crazy drip too. Look, I think you are only going to hear more names in terms of potential targets for Arizona State. All the position coaches made it pretty clear when we've talked to them really early on that Kenny and his coaching staff, they're going to be aggressive any way they can. Just because spring is wrapped up doesn't mean this team is done working, right? Doesn't mean this coaching staff is done trying to build to what they've already got.
Also, Kenny living with his in-laws makes a whole lot of sense now. Like, that's why that man's working all the goddamn time. Not trying. It's like, you want to have dinner with my parents? Nah, I have to watch.
Are you speaking from personal experience?
This is a really vaguely personal episode.
vaguely personal is a good man.
Yeah,
very, very good. Guys, let's get personal. Burrito Express, it got in me today. Okay,
it got in me too. Right before the show.
Yeah, it was. It
did get in me today.
Yeah,
that was top tier.
Thank you, appreciate that, guys. Burrito Express, get it in you. We tell you about it every single day, and it's because we believe in it. What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin your thing. I just read alt text comment for the first time. I still remember the first ever nightmare I had in my life, and then this is going perfect. I don't know why, but I tried to hold it in. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Had a nice steak and egg today.
Same.
Yeah, and look, I am leaning, the more I have Burrito Express, the more I'm leaning on Michaela's side that you need more than 2 salsas. I ventured over into 3 today.
I yesterday may or may not have been high off the OGs. Ate an entire, like, I thought I only had 1 salsa, and so I rationed through an entire burrito with 1 salsa. I look over and there was just a completely unopened one right next to me. So I did prove that you can get through it with just 1. So 2 should be plenty.
But the experience,
this experience is better with.
I feel like, Shawn, when you eat when you're high, it's like a giraffe.
What does that mean?
Like slow, like.
No, because I'm very particular about chewing with my mouth open, and so I definitely don't do that
by yourself
at all times.
Well, maybe you just go.
But I
like
think
a
it's
cow.
That's very possible. Because that being said, I definitely am a little bit of a mouth breather, if I'm being honest. Like, sometimes I'll zone out and I'll be like,
all I'm saying, if
I'm not out there, there's a chance that my mouth is.
I think you stare at
your mouth is
something when you're eating.
I probably. I think I do just start his own.
I was just trying to.
I know. That's why I didn't acknowledge it.
Guys, Burrito Express, get it in you. Give him a follow on social at Burrito EXP while you're at it.
And you can watch it down with some Four Peaks.
I set you up for failure.
You really did set me up for failure completely.
Wow, this is totally off the rails today, to be honest.
Oh my god, I can't believe.
It's okay, you already know where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to Four Peaks with it. The best beer in the valley, with the best pub in the valley, Four Peaks 8th Street Pub. And if you haven't been there, well, do I have the opportunity for you? April 27th, the NFL draft. The Cardinals suck, and you can suck to. Oh, I thought you were fist bumping me. I was like, I thought you were being like, good job getting through that ad read without any of the copy in front of you because I set you up for failure. He was not, so he set me up for failure for a second time. But the unlike me, the Arizona Cardinals are set up for success, having the 3rd overall draft pick in the NFL draft, and whether they use it or trade it. Be with us, be with Bo and Johnny at Four Peaks God damn it.
Why are you laughing like that?
Four Peaks 8th Street Pub. I don't think I have gotten through Four Peaks 8th Street Pub correctly on the first time in like 3 calendar months.
I don't think you ever have.
I don't know if I ever have either. You can be at Four Peaks 8th Street Pub on April 27th for the NFL Draft. Bo, Johnny, there'll be giveaways, beer specials, a live PHNX Cardinals show. So even if the Cardinals suck and their draft sucks, your night doesn't have to because there's going to be a vibe there. You got to be 21 or older, as always, to drink Four Peaks, and you must do it responsibly, but you do not have to be 21 or older to be at 4th Street. God damn.
You don't have to be 21 or older to enjoy our prospect breakdowns either that are live on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel under their own playlist and the Arizona Cardinals playlist, so make sure to go ahead and watch those. Got one coming out about Jalen Carter later today. Also, it's total smokescreen season. A report coming out a mere hour ago about Tyree Wilson. A lot of executives thinking he's going to go ahead of Will Anderson now. I don't think that's true. The man had like 4 sacks in his entire college career.
It's time of the year where you can't believe anything.
No, you cannot believe anything. People also saying Will Levis is mocked above a lot of people. And then Peter Schrager having Hendon Hooker going above Will Levis to the Titans. You can't believe anything.
Hendon Hooker by the Titans? So
Yeah.
Malik Willis 2.0?
Yeah. Hendon Hooker, you are 40 years old.
Hendon Hooker, you have one working knee.
That was a shot.
It's not. It is kind of a statement of fact.
Well,
I'm sure
it's working right now.
Yeah, he's
No, that's
walking.
fair. I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't fact.
So nightmares?
Yeah, let's talk about nightmares first.
Nightmare.
Sean's biggest nightmare is him having the 4 Peaks ad read with nothing there.
I mean, I made it work without any
You did,
copy.
you did.
I guess I knew what we were talking about, but I only had one reoccurring nightmare in my entire life.
Wow.
Oh, that's probably not entirely true, but I had one from my childhood that was the one that stuck with me.
That's fair.
I have a ton of like communist invasion nightmares.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
Somebody
Like,
was
bizarre.
Someone saw The Hunt for Red October too young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just stuck with you?
I saw Sputnik and I was like, damn it. No.
So what was it? Can you walk us through
Did we get
this?
to the moon first?
Yes,
No.
we did. But Sputnik was the first satellite, so they
Yeah.
beat us to space, but we beat them to the moon.
Damn it.
In theory.
What the fuck are you doing going to space if you're not going to go to the moon, though?
They didn't have the capability to do it yet.
But they could go to space?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, a satellite is still. They threw a satellite. It wasn't just like.
I thought you
projectile.
thought they went up there.
No.
Okay.
Put it.
You want to tell us about your nightmare?
Yeah, they were just like, I mean, it's just like I would always escape my house, but they would.
Oh, they invaded.
Yeah, they were invading America.
No, so they were like parachuting.
They were parachuting over Thompson Peak,
Like
the
Ace
mountain
Wolf.
near my house. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not two. And I would always escape my front door, and then all of a sudden I was in a city, and I was like, the SpongeBob meme, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The
SpongeBob
caveman?
Caveman.
Yeah, so I
Great
was like
episode.
very confused as to where I was. And yeah, I'm just running around the city. Red Scare.
The only one I ever had.
Such a weird thing.
So
How
that,
old were you? Wait, how old were you?
I've had it like as recently as like 6 months ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
so
That's
It's
crazy.
been going on for like 6 years.
it's funny.
You know what?
because-
I think a lot of it comes from playing Fallout as a kid,
Mm.
because that's like an alternate timeline where
Yeah.
the Red Scare actually happened, and like, you know, China invaded the U.S. and vice versa, and nuclear fallout. I think that's where it comes from, because I probably had one when I was first like 15. I'm 25 years old.
The Red Scare. Still scaring
I also
Shane.
have a recurring nightmare that I'm in a maze trying to find a Reese's cup, and I'm getting,
What is,
I'm
I
getting
would like.
chased.
You need. I would like to.
I
Can we all make
You're
a pact?
amazed.
Can we all make a pact to donate our brains to science?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm definitely donating my body to science.
Your body or your brain?
All of it. Well, I'm donating my organs. I'm an organ donor.
Ton of natural disaster dreams as well, like tons of them.
I see those.
Or like
the maze in the
plane
Reese's
crashes.
cup is just kind of wild to me. Do you
So-
like Reese's cups?
yeah,
the
fine.
The one reoccurring nightmare that I had. This is really odd. There was a mall back home, and there was in the food court there was like this hallway that would take you down to the bathrooms, and there were also like mailboxes in it for I think the different companies that were there or whatever. And so
I love rationalizing something in your dream. Like,
well,
yeah,
no, that was real life.
Oh,
that part
okay.
was real life. But the hallway was important because in my nightmares, that wall of mailboxes was replaced by like these weird ATM things, and it was the same thing would happen every time, but the dreams would last longer different times. We would go. It would be me and my mom, and we would go, and she would go to use it, and she would be like sucked into it. And so me, I was a
Into the
little kid.
ATM?
Yeah, I was a little kid, and I
That's
lost
crazy.
my mom, and now I'm running around this mall like begging for help, like screaming at cops and stuff.
Like
and
your mom's in the ATM?
No one would listen to me. I was like, my mom was just abducted, and no one cared, and it was
You got comes from
traumatizing
somewhere
as a kid.
deeper, Sean.
Yes, yes. Are you? So if we want to get into it,
Oh no!
there was this thing in elementary school called banana splits,
Oh no!
and it was the name in hindsight is fucking hilarious because it was a thing you would do like once a week or once a month where you would go during lunchtime, you go to the special room, and you would have your lunch with this like counselor, and it would be you and a bunch of other children of divorce, and they would help you like process it. And I think that's what it was. I think it was losing my father. I was terrified of losing my mom too, and it inspired these nightmares.
So okay, some of my other dreams. In the natural disaster dreams, there's also things flying at me all the time, and then I wake up. Like I had a dream that have you seen that video of that like huge bomber plane flying through a city? I forget
Yes.
what city it's in. So that was happening where I was, and I was like, "This is so stupid! Like, what's the point of this? It's so dumb!" And I was just audibly like screaming and expressing my disinterest with what was happening. I'm like, "This is just
This
stupid."
is the natural disaster dream, not the commie dream.
No, this is a different. This isn't even
Dude,
natural disaster.
One
It's
time
like-
you're gonna have a national
Dude.
disaster commie dream.
Dude,
It's gonna be
commies are getting picked up by it.
It's a USSR sponsored tornado.
It's a red tornado.
Oh shit!
Anyway, and so the plane obviously crashes into a massive building,
Yeah.
like in a random downtown. Don't know where I am, and stuff starts falling down. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like freaking out, but I can't move. I'm paralyzed by fear, and everyone's running away. And then just this massive AC unit, and then somebody yells my name, and I'm like, oh, and I jump it away.
And then you wake up.
Yeah, and then I wake up.
I honestly, the thing that I hate having great dreams that end too early. Like reoccurring
Yeah.
dreams that always end before the good part. That's way worse than reoccurring nightmares in my mind.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Reoccurring nightmares suck. They're really
I've
awful.
kind of come to embrace recurring nightmares. Like,
Well, yeah, so
I'm
do
kind
I.
of like juiced when I wake
Like-
up.
like, because
It's
I
like a
wake up-
substitute for coffee.
Well,
I'm
no,
like,
it's,
let's
yeah,
go.
it's like I went through. I don't like haunted houses, but it's like I went through a haunted house. Like I just was like, oh, thank God it's not real. I wake up from a dream and I'm pissed because I'm like, damn, I just got drafted by the fucking D-backs, and now I'm sitting here and I am not drafted by the D-backs. My real life sucked compared to what I was just experiencing.
Damn, that's tragic.
It
That
is.
is absolutely tragic. The only
Oh my God, there's nothing I want more in this world than to be a professional athlete.
It's too late for that, buddy.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
professional ping pong player.
I think it's too late for
Professional
that.
pickleballer.
That's
true,
probably
too.
I might be able to pull that off. I wasn't good enough though. If I'm not like instantly the best at our company, there's no way that I have a future as a professional
Yeah,
pickleballer.
sleep paralysis. Had it twice. Not
Ooh.
fun at all.
I've had that once. That was terrifying.
One time, my dog woke me up by licking my hand, and I have never been more grateful. Like I was, because she was running around my room,
Yes.
so that caused more of it.
Yes.
And then she licked my hand, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
The one time I had it, my room used to be in a basement, and so I had like dawn like kind of shining through my windows, so it was like very dimly lit, and I was going through it, and I had my cat walking around my room. It was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life.
Damn.
You ever have lucid dreams?
Yeah.
I've never been able to have a lucid dream. That shit, I've always wanted.
I've had like 30 seconds of one when I was like 16 because I like tried to
Yeah.
barely. I don't even know if it was.
I don't even know if I really fully believe in that.
Yeah,
The ability to
How
have
are
a
you
lucid
controlling your
dream.
dreams? Come on now. That's like Inception.
I mean,
Just knowing that you're in a dream.
Why would you ever wake up?
there's some crazy shit going on back here.
Would you live in a
absolutely. What?
That might be a conversation for Thursday.
Would you live in a what?
A simulation.
If you knew you were living in a simulation?
like the Matrix, what pill would you take? We can say that for Thursday. That's a whole other conversation.
The only reoccurring nightmare that I can remember is I was
Bald.
no. Good guess though. That was really
Wearing a beanie.
yeah. Damn. Bald and wearing a beanie. No, I was in this little like boat, just me, like a little like a rowboat.
Row your boat.
But in the middle of a lake
Your boat
surrounded by trees. Right? Middle of a lake
like
surrounded
the
by trees.
Japanese lake thing, the Japanese river. You ever seen that? Oh, it's beautiful.
No, but it's just like a little lake surrounded by
Let's go to
trees.
Japan,
So like a
please.
lake and a forest, pretty much. And I'm in this little rowboat.
Yeah, next year.
And for some reason, I fall out of said rowboat.
Aw.
And I'm like sinking for a second. I'm sinking in the water. And the most vivid part of this dream is just like in Finding Nemo, when Marlin sees the barracuda. That's exactly what was happening with me, except it's a fucking shark. It is a ginormous shark in this random ass lake.
A bull shark, because it's probably freshwater.
Sure, absolutely. A freshwater bull shark is in there, and it's just massive, right? So immediate reaction: swim the fuck away.
Yeah.
So I'm swimming. Somehow I'm out swimming this shark, and this shark is chasing me
You look
in
like
this
a
dream.
fast swimmer.
No, I'm not though.
Eat your heart
I'm
out,
not.
Liam,
And I make it out. I make it out
You're
only.
making out with the shark?
No, I make it out of said lake, only for said freshwater bull shark
Uh-huh.
to
Stand up.
stand
Let's
up and
go.
start chasing me through the forest, bro.
Does he have legs? Or-
Yes, he has human legs.
So it's okay. That'd have been so ill if he was like
just on his
like,
back fins.
and I wake
on
up
his fins,
right
but,
before
like-
he catches me every time.
No, like in a potato sack.
Oh yeah, like boink.
No,
Like
human
little
legs.
kangaroo action.
But he didn't
Yeah.
have legs
Did he
in.
talk?
No, he did not
And you
talk.
didn't make out with him.
No, not that I can
Did you
remember.
want to?
I wake up.
Was that
right
part of the
before-
nightmare?
Yeah.
That was the nightmare.
Yeah.
I tried so hard to kiss the shark and he wouldn't.
No, the
I'm
nightmare.
actually the shark.
The nightmare was running away from the shark, but in reality wanting to kiss the
Yeah,
shark.
yeah. But knowing you couldn't, you had to run.
Yep. That sucks.
No,
I'm sorry,
that
man.
wasn't-
Where do you
that-
think that comes from?
The wanting to kiss the shark.
Yeah. Where do you think? What?
Is there a shark you've always wanted to kiss?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like Sean's dad, maybe.
You wanted to kiss my
what?
dad?
I wanted to kiss Shawn's dad.
What? Same. Fucking.
You can follow Totri on Twitter at Anthony_Totri. You can follow me on Twitter at Shade Deef, and you can follow Sean on Twitter at Sean_DePaz.
Making you uncomfortable with jokes about my long lost dad.
But
as
before we
always.
get out of here,
Become
a diehard.
Yeah, do that. Become a diehard. I promise you, there is not an Arizona sports media company talking about their reoccurring Red Scare nightmares.
I guarantee you, there's no other Arizona media company talking about my dad.
That is true too.
If there is, we're gonna have a problem.
Or just they should call you and let you know if they've seen him.
My
recently.
name's Gambo. First topic today: Sean's father.
Yeah, become a diehard, guys. We got some great merch, some great events, some
Trade
great
reaping.
everything.
He's trade reaping your dad.
Great
My dad's coming
everything,
back.
guys.
Oh, Gambo.
To grab your membership to receive
The rumors are
exclusive
not
content,
true.
discounts on all events and merch, guys.
Sources close to me have told me that Sean's dad is not coming back into his
and
life.
it's never coming back into his life.
Access to our Discord chats, guys. PHNXLocker.com. We're gonna see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Peace.